The sky above Krakoa was not the vibrant green of life and growth, but a bruised, cosmic purple, bleeding into the familiar blue with a sickly pallor. From its sickening heart, a colossal, indifferent hand descended, tearing at the very fabric of Earth. This wasn't a battle, it was an execution. Kurt Wagner, the Nightcrawler, felt it in his bones, a cold dread that even his profound faith struggled to warm. His mother, Destiny, her eyes always fixed on the branching paths of tomorrow, had whispered of this, of an end that defied even mutantkind's collective power. And in her chilling prophecies, amidst the ruin, a single horrifying suggestion had taken root: Orchis. The scale of the destruction was unprecedented. A rogue celestial, a cosmic judge of worlds, had deemed Earth unworthy, and its judgment was swift and absolute. Krakoa, the living island, strained against the assault, its psychic defenses buckling under an unimaginable weight. Mutants, often considered the planet's fiercest defenders, were simply overwhelmed. Every strategic mind, every powerful Omega, every collective effort seemed like a child's tantrum against a god. And in that terrifying inadequacy, a desperate logic began to form in Kurt's mind. His mother's visions weren't just about what would happen, but what choices would be made in the face of the inevitable. She hadn't pointed a finger, not directly, but the path was clear. When all noble options failed, what then? When the innocent, human and mutant alike, faced annihilation, what then? Orchis. The name itself was a bitter acid on his tongue, an organization built on hatred, dedicated to the eradication of his people. Yet they possessed resources, infrastructure, a certain ruthless efficiency, perhaps even a hidden arsenal or strategic insight that might, just might, offer a sliver of hope against an existential threat. The journey to Orchis's primary station, the formidable Stark Sentinels looming like skeletal titans against the cosmic chaos, was a pilgrimage of despair. Every step was a step away from who Kurt Wagner truly was, away from the vibrant spirit of Krakoa, away from the ideals of brotherhood and acceptance he had championed his entire life. He wore no uniform of the X-Men, no symbol of his faith, just a simple, muted garment, as if shedding his identity for this one monstrous task. His meeting was not with a faceless drone, but with Moira MacTaggart, the very architect of mutantkind's torment, a woman who had betrayed their trust not once, but repeatedly across countless lives. Her face, often cold and calculating, held a flicker of surprise at his appearance, quickly masked by an almost predatory curiosity. The air crackled with unspoken tension, a thick, suffocating dread. Kurt, the ever-chivalrous hero, had to swallow his revulsion, to look past the betrayal, past the years of persecution, and extend a hand in a plea for a temporary truce. His voice, usually light and full of warmth, was strained, the words tasting like ash. The Earth is dying, Moira, not just mutants, but all life. If there is any plan, any weapon, any strategy you possess that can avert this, however temporary, however unholy, I am here to negotiate. It was a deal with the devil, not for power, not for personal gain, but for the impossible, the salvation of a world that hated him, through an organization that hated him more. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the hum of Orchis's machinery, a constant reminder of their formidable, terrifying power. The details of that temporary alliance, forged in the crucible of cosmic annihilation, remain shrouded in a heavy shroud of consequence. Whether it yielded any tangible victory against the Celestial, or merely bought moments of fleeting reprieve, the true cost was already paid. For Nightcrawler, this wasn't just a strategic maneuver, it was a profound, sacred betrayal. He had walked into the lair of his enemy, not as a fighter, but as a supplicant, sacrificing a part of his very soul. This act, so utterly out of character for the compassionate, faithful, and joy-filled Kurt, illuminated the absolute depths of his despair. It revealed a man pushed to his breaking point, willing to discard every cherished principle, every lifelong conviction, if it meant even a chance at protecting innocent lives. It underscored a chilling truth. Even the purest hearts, when faced with truly insurmountable odds, can be driven to make unimaginable choices, to make a deal with the devil, believing it to be the only path. This alliance didn't just have external consequences for the world, it left an indelible mark on Nightcrawler himself, a scar on his very essence, a constant reminder of the day he chose to walk with shadows, all for the hope of saving the light. Nightcrawler's journey to Orchis wasn't a story of heroism in the traditional sense, but of a soul grappling with impossible choices, of the heartbreaking compromises made when the world teeters on the brink. It's a poignant reminder that the lines between good and evil, hero and villain, can blur in the face of ultimate despair, asking us to question, what would we sacrifice when everything is on the line? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this profound moment. What do you think about Nightcrawler's decision? Could you imagine yourself making a similar choice? Share your perspectives in the comments below. If you found this reflection thought-provoking, please consider liking this video, subscribing for more deep dives into character and story, and sharing it with someone who appreciates the complex narratives of our favorite heroes. Until next time, keep pondering the gray areas.